Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Anthony and in today's video we're going to talk about 5 different trends that just need to go. I was having a chat with a friend the other day who works at a very well-known online retailer, ASOS. And we were just talking about trends that we have been designing for the past few years that just need to go away. So if you're interested in 5 trends that just need to take a hike, then keep watching. But before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help my channel to grow, especially that like button. You have no idea how much it helps promote my video and how much it boosts it through the algorithm. The algorithm. Please also leave a comment so I like to chat to you guys and get to know you a little bit better. Alright, okay, let's just jump straight in and talk about the 5 different trends that I am like over. Now, I've mentioned before, I've been designing these trends for a good few years now and I am just sick and tired of designing them. Does that mean I'm going to stop designing them? No, because if a customer really wants them and a customer really wants these trends and they're buying them, then of course, who am I to say I'm not designing that? But I will say, I've been designing them for a while, I'm getting bored. It's hard to sort of renew something that you've been designing for a while, but I guess that's fashion. It goes in and it goes out and then it'll come back in again. So without further ado, let's talk about them. So the first one that I want to talk about is spliced clothing. Now I'm sure you've seen this trend everywhere and I've never liked it, to be honest. I've never really got it. I don't know why we started designing it. I think we just got bored with the whole graphic t-shirt look. We've been designing it for a while now and I am over spliced clothing. Now if you've not heard of this trend, where have you been? It's where a t-shirt is half one t-shirt, half another t-shirt, or half one shirt, half another shirt, half a denim trouser, and half something else. Who knows? It's just 2 garments spliced together. And I am over it because not only is it a lot more difficult to design a spliced garment, because you are designing 2 different things and then putting them together, I just don't think they look good. For me, I would much rather this trend just go away and we move on from it because I'm not keen. The next one is, controversially, tie-dye. Now, I actually love tie-dye personally. I think it's really good, I think it's really nice, and it's a really cool way to spice up a collection. But honestly, I've been designing tie-dye for so long now that I'm just like, again, come on. I want to move on from it. I don't want to keep repeating the same kind of trends. I mean, it's great for summer and it's great for this whole casual relax thing that we're going through at the moment, but do I think it's a trend that's going to last? Probably for another couple of years, but I just want it to go. Leave! So for me, tie-dye is just not one to carry on designing. But if the trend's still there, I'm just gonna have to keep going. I'm just gonna have to shut up and design some tie-dye. Now, don't get me wrong, like some tie-dyes can be really, really nice. The tie-dye that I'm on about is the very, very old school one where it's bright, not very nice colors, it's very clashy, and it's that kind of circular pattern. Now, there are some more modern tie-dyes that I do still really like, and it's very much based on singular colours, so you'd have a green t-shirt and a green tie-dye over the top, and it kind of creates like a nice acid wash effect, but I think that old school tie-dye needs to be retired. Now, the next one is very controversial. It is loungewear as your main outfit. Now don't get me wrong, again, I love loungewear. To be honest, most of the trends on this, besides the first one, I actually quite like and I've worn, but loungewear as your main outfit, I'm like, oh, okay. Nah, not for me. Like loungewear in the home, loungewear for popping to the shop, great, love it. But when you're going out and you're going for a dinner and you're wearing joggers and I'm like, I just don't think it's appropriate and I just don't think it looks as good as what people think it looks in their head. I like the whole more relaxed vibe that style has gone into, and I like the fact that people are wearing more relaxed trousers, they're wearing more jersey and it's not as formal as it was like maybe 6 or 7 years ago. And I really like the fact that a kind of 90s revival has come, and with that it is a lot of loungewear, but obviously because of the pandemic, loungewear has exploded. Like, I know for a fact that ASOS has overperformed underperformed and overperformed on loungewear. I know there are a lot of high street retailers, that is how they're surviving this pandemic, is because of the sales of their loungewear. Now, I'm not saying that loungewear is a bad thing altogether, I just don't find it inspiring. It's sweaters, it's hoodies, now don't get me wrong, I love a sweater and hoodie and I like wearing them, but I would never wear a sweater or something like that to a formal dinner. Leave it at home, leave it for lounging, pop to the shop in it, that's fine. Okay, so this next one I have never liked. I've really not enjoyed designing it at all, and I've never owned a piece of clothing with this trend on, and I never will, I don't think. And that is paint splattered clothing. Ugh, I'm not into it. I just don't feel like it's a great aesthetic. I feel like it looks dirty. I don't think it looks very clean. I feel like it's a bit basic, and I feel like sometimes when brands design it, they haven't really got any new ideas. I hate saying that, but it's how I feel. And at the end of the day, this is all my opinion as well. If you really like paint splatter, great, that's good for you. It looks great, I'm sure, on you. But for me, I'm not that keen, and I actually don't like designing it either. It's actually really difficult to design paint splatter, because how can you design a splatter? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how can you design like a paint splatter? You can't. It's just all natural and a sort of organic way of throwing the paint on a garment, and I just don't feel like there's much design that can be done with it. I mean, sure, you can choose the colour. Do you know what else? Can you remember a few years ago when people were wearing t-shirts that had printed kind of splotches on them? Actually, tell a lie, I've owned a t-shirt with splotches on them, but it wasn't paint splatter, it was more like little dots that looked a bit like a splatter, and it was designed into. But again, forget what I've just said, I have owned a piece of paint splatter, but I do not like it now, I don't think I'll wear it going forward, and it is not for me. Okay, so the next one might be a bit controversial as well. I'm sure a lot of people like it, and I'm sure a lot of people are wearing it still, but for me, I'm not into colour blocking. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not talking about colour blocking your outfit where you wear one tone or a combination of the same colour. I actually really like that, and I think that looks really chic. And I even think in loungewear you can wear all of a similar colour and it looks a bit more dressed up and it looks a bit more elevated. Whereas the colour blocking I'm on about is more of the sleeves yellow and the other sleeves pink and the main body's blue and oh shit, I think I just described the James Charles colour blocking collection. Hi sisters! Didn't like that. Didn't like the Teddy Fresh version either, whichever one you think's original. I just think it looks a bit meh. You know, I just don't think it's easy to wear. I don't think you can match it easy, but I'm just over designing the trend and I'm just over that whole thing in general. Do you know what kind of colour blocking I do like though? Is where it's colour blocked in the same tone, but in different materials. I feel like that is a lot more elevated when it comes to colour blocking and it looks quite nice and thought about. The thing with me is I love designs that have been thought about, that aren't just thrown together. I like something that you can tell has been thought about, that's been laboured over, that has been loved by the designer and not just kind of thrown together. Alright, okay everyone, so that is 5 trends that I would just wish would go away. Actually, bonus one, I've just thought of another trend that I kind of wish would go away, and that is skinny jeans. Skinny jeans have been kind of going out for quite a while. It took a long time for skinny jeans to reach the mass market. I feel like silhouettes are going a little bit baggier now. I feel like people are wearing different bottoms than just denim now. People are wearing more chinos, people are wearing more trousers, people are wearing more prints and blocking and all of this sort of stuff, and I feel there's a lot more interest out there than just skinny denim jeans. Do you remember ages ago when people were wearing skinny denim jeans and they used to put their wallets in the front pocket, so they'd have these massive bulges at the front that weren't what you're thinking now, but bulges at the front, and it just didn't look right. I myself was a victim of that, but where else were you going to put your wallet, your phone and your keys and all of that sort of stuff? This was well before man bags as well, so yeah, that is another trend that I've just kind of thought of right now that I am glad is kind of on the way out. They're probably going to come back in fashion in a few years time, because as we're going through this whole 90s revival, we'll probably have an early 2000s revival where skinny jeans will come back with a vengeance, so can't wait for that. So yeah, that was my 5 trends, plus an extra one that I just wish would just go away. But that's everything for today's video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to click that beautiful red subscribe button down below. Please also check out my Etsy shop where you can buy cards and vectors to help support you in your everyday design life. And it really helps support this channel. Alright, okay, thanks for watching. Alright, bye. Cha cha cha. Bye.